Yo, what is up everyone? So today I will be showcasing the best shiny unit in the game. So the best shiny unit in the game is definitely this guy. Wait, where is he? There we go. And he is the best shiny unit in the game currently. I do not care what you think. You are wrong if you think that this is a bad shiny, because look at him, okay? If he is in Instagram, he would be completely cooked, but fortunately for us, we are on YouTube. So let's showcase him a little bit. So the interesting part about him is this is supposed to be Rogita, and in his base form he is supposed to look like normal Rogita, I guess. So I think I can search it on here. There we go. This is what he is supposed to look like normally. So let me walk through this unit with you. However, I think that this unit is kind of cool because of a transformation mechanic that they added on this update. So let's get into it. Okay, now that we are in our sandbox, let's try placing him down. So first of all, he is a 3 placement and his range is pretty big, so that is amazing. And let's see what he looks like. Let's turn on effect and stuff. First of all, okay, let's just place one unit so we can actually see what's going on. So okay, we got the Kamehameha. It does 700 damage for 1 tick. So that should be at around 10 or 8 hit, which is amazing. This is good for shield breaking. You know, ultimate Escanor counter. So yeah, he is very good at placement because of how good he can break shields. So let's keep going with his upgrade. Well, and before we get into his passive, you know, I just want to showcase how his passive look like first. So his third upgrade, he's going to get a new ability called Falling Star, and his DPS is quite okay, at least. However, I view him more as a support unit. So once he is level upgrade 3, sorry, he will go bold, which is very interesting. So yeah, he will do similar to Genki Ball, I guess. Boom, Spirit Bomb. No, okay, sorry, that sounds fucking stupid, but yeah, that is his move. I think that is doing quite a lot of hits. I am not sure how many hits that is. Let's do that so we can see. Oh, okay, that is his follow-up attack, I think. Okay, he is doing a lot of damage. That's like 5 hits. Yeah, and 2 hit follow-up, so that's great. And then at upgrade 7, he is going to get a new move, of course, and he transformed into his normal human form, which looked very good, honestly. And this is one of the reasons why I like this shiny unit. I was being quite sarcastic in the beginning of the video, saying that this is the best shiny unit in the game. However, this is definitely interesting because, you know, psychologically, when you give someone something bad and that something bad turns into something good, it's all the more satisfying. So okay, let me stop yapping and let's look at his attack. Okay, I'm still not sure how many hit that is, so let's summon our good old friend Escanor. Okay, oh, his follow-up attack turned into 3. That look estimate to be like what, 6, 7, 5, 6, I guess. Boom, and 2 hit follow-up, same. All right, and then his final form, or his upgrade 10, is going to be, oh, I lagged. There's no changes in visual, which is kind of disappointing, but you know, this is his attack. He put his hand up, swing it down, boom boom, there we go, very sexy. Let's summon our old trusty friend Escanor to do the hit test again. Okay, 22k, so that should be like what, 3 hits. Let's check this out again. Don't die. Okay, never mind. One more time. I swear this time I can count. Okay, 2, 3, 3 hits, and follow up 1, 2, 3. So that is pretty decent. And let's get into his passive. So his passive, his first one is he has 100% crit rate. However, he do have minus crit damage, and anytime a fuse unit in range swap, make that swap count as 2 swap instead. However, the interesting part of this is fuse unit. Currently, I have tested this with both Sid and Goku. Fuse unit apparently only count on Goku because Sid do swap but he doesn't fuse. So I think that is the logic there, because, well, how do I know that it doesn't count? Because of other passive, which is his second one, reduce cost of fuse unit you place upgrade by 25%. Sid did not get the 25% that upgrade cost reduce. So I did conclude that, okay, Sid doesn't count as fuse unit. So unfortunately for, my Sid strategy, I cannot do, double swap per one swap, which is unfortunate. However, the interesting part of this is this do work on some unit that, count themselves as other category, like Ishigo or Monkey King. I will get into that later. Let's finish with the passive. And anytime that this unit crit, buff fuse unit, you place crit rate by 50%, which is insane, and gain half of their crit damage. As for 20-second, cannot stack. However, this can be reapplied. And then his third passive, anytime that your unit or this unit crit, buff this unit crit damage by 5% up to 75% and perform attack 1. Local cooldown 5 seconds. This unit has 100% chance to dodge. So what this meant is attack 1 is a Kamehameha, which was the 3-hit crit that 3-hit attack that you see at the end of his animation. That is this one. And 5-second cooldown is just, his SPA, meaning that almost every time he attack, he'll be getting that follow-up attack through. So yeah, that is pretty interesting. So yeah, and then crit damage buff should be straightforward. So if I remember correctly, every unit crit rate should start at 1.25, and he is able to buff himself to 75%, meaning that this is his max crit damage right here, right? So yeah, 75% is crazy, and he has 100% dodge chance, meaning he is basically immune to debuff and CCs, right? Like stunts or stunts. So yeah, that's his passive. So let's talk about trade. So definitely his trade, well, if you place him and then see like his max cost, 85,000 is not very expensive, and which how much he benefit from crit. In terms of long game mode, I think Deadeye is going to be the best trade for him, but for short game mode, Monarch is going to be the best. However, I view him more as a kind of support unit. He's like a sub DPS to me because of how inflated DPS are like currently in the game. So yeah, he's definitely like a sub DPS unit. So yeah, he's very good. If you get Deadeye, just stop at Deadeye. Deadeye is already crazy, but for short game mode and in general, I think Monarch is going to be the best trade. Yeah, let's move on to some synergy. We did talk before, there is only few fuse unit in this game, which obviously is Goku. As you know, he swaps, and if you get the 50% damage crit buff, if you have Deadeye on him, that would make it like okay, let's check. Okay, he has 50% damage. My familiar is giving him 6.3, so yeah, he will have 45% crit chance from Deadeye and 50% crit damage. And as soon as one of them crit, I think this is going to increase to 100%, and this will go crazy with Vegito. So yeah, guys, just be prepared for it. right? And of course, this one haven't swapped yet, right? So as soon as I hit Vegeta, instead of getting one swap, I will be getting two. There we go, 2 out of 13 because of Rogita passive that will give 2 swap instead of 1. So yeah, this is very nice. So I think previously to get Vegito, you need to get until like wave 13. So definitely you are going to be doing that a lot sooner as well. So yeah, very big W if you have either Deadeye Goku or even Monarch Goku. For that, Vegito is going to be very crazy. However, the other synergy that I think is probably the best synergy with Gogeta is, of course, Jinmori, because Jinmori also benefit from the 50% buff. Okay, which is crazy. This is crazy, like literally crazy. Okay, just wait for it. Okay, please. There we go. The reason why it's less here because my familiar has minus 2.1%, but it's 25% crit damage, so we can deal with that. However, unfortunately for his clone will not be getting the crit chance buff, so that kind of sucks. But yeah, that is that. Let's do some damage testing. Let's do our good old trusty Escanor again, but at 50 health multiplier. And let's see if our guy can do it. 5 million shouldn't be that hard. So yeah. Oh my god. Okay, I should turn off effect, right? Oh my god. Okay. Bam. There we go. So yeah, let's turn off effect for now. I'm getting some headaches. So okay, sure. Here we go. So yeah, Jinmori with Gogeta is insane. Okay, 50% damage buff for this much damage with this kind of crit multiplier. That is going to be a lot of damage. Trust me, bro. Like, damn. And also, Broly also give Unbound Element unit the 20% crit chance. So I think if I'm thinking correctly, Jinmori would also get the 20% crit rate because he is part of every single category, making his crit rate 70% or 67.9% for my case because of my familiar having minus 2.1% crit chance. So yeah, this synergy is crazy, and I think Gogeta best trait is overall Monarch, but Deadeye is probably the best in longer game mode, but in short game mode, of course, still Monarch. But if you get Deadeye, just stop at Deadeye. I think they're close enough to each other. So yep, that is that for the best shiny unit in this game. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye bye.